Na lang, questions, maigsi lang naman. So ano po yung kahalagahan ng 2016 Arbitral Award sa kasalukuyang sitwasyon?
Pivotal yung Arbitral Award kasi basically victory yun for the Philippines. And at the same time, it set the national discourse for the Philippines, yung Arbitral Award. Admittedly, it also mobilized allies on our end para sa Pilipinas, but at the same time, it also marked a distinctive turning point in Philippine-China relations.
Bukod po sa diplomasya, ano-anong paraan ang maaaring gamitin ng Pilipinas para mapangalagaan ang kanyang soberenya?
I think kailangan natin palakasin yung military natin pa rin. Kasi without a credible military, there's no proper defense posture to say that we can defend our national interest. So importante pa rin yun so that we are taken seriously, not just by major powers, but by potential competitors in the area of national security.
Ano po ba yung magiging papel ng international law sa paglutas ng sigalot sa WPS?
Yung international law kasi nagbibigay siya ng proper benchmark on how nations talk about and approach conflicting interests. No? So importante pa rin yung international law kasi yun yung nagiging standard natin kung paano dapat mag-behave yung mga bansa when it comes to these issues.
Tukol naman po ito sa kabataan at akademya. Ano po ang maipapayo nyo sa mga kabataang gustong mag-aral ng international relations?
Sa tingin ko sa mga kabataan, if you are interested in international politics, importante yung read. So, being a lover of literature, books, and even news, whether be it in social media or in traditional media, importante that you have an interest in reading and a keen eye on learning more about the world beyond you through literature and through the written medium. So, importante yun. Yun yung may papayo ko. If you're interested in international politics, then you should read more about these issues.
Bakit po mahalagang maunawaan ng ordinaryong Pilipino ang foreign policy?
Well, kasi ang foreign policy decision ng mga bansa, meron yan direct na epekto dun sa everyday lives natin. Halimbawa, yung oil crisis sa Middle East, nararanasan natin ngayon yung pagtaas ng presyo ng mga bilihin, ng gasolina, nakaka-apekto yun sa everyday lives ng bawat Pilipino. No? So foreign policy might sound distant for you, but it actually has very direct influence in your everyday life.
Ano po ba yung inaasahan ninyong direksyon na relasyon ng Pilipinas at China sa susunod na 5 hanggang 10 taon?
I'm very optimistic about Philippine-China relations. I think regardless of our ongoing territorial disputes, there's still, ang ibig sabihin lang nito, there's no way to go but up. There's much room for stabilizing relations, so much potential for building mutual trust between these two countries.
Sa gitna ng lumalalang geopolitical competition sa Indo-Pacific, paano dapat maghanda ang Pilipinas?
I think we need to continue beefing up our security, our military, just so we have credible defense posture, and at the same time, we must continue what is already being done, which is cultivating partnerships with as many friends as possible. So, importante yung dalawang yun na sabay na ginagawa.
Mensahe mo sa sambayan ng Pilipino kaugnay sa etong relasyon ng Pilipinas at ng China?
So, I think yung pinaka-main message dapat natin is, at the end of the day, kung titignan mo yung priority ng bawat tao, is still kapayapaan Peace pa rin ang nananaig na common interest ng bawat tao, saan man sa mundo. So, yun pa lang is already a potential for us to keep talking and keep working towards peace and prosperity of humanity. Yeah.
Mensahe mo sa mga mambabatas natin at mga opisyal ng pamahalaan?
Well, they need to keep their act together. Kasi corruption talaga ang sanhi ng kabila-kabilang problema na dinaranas ng ordinaryong mamamayan ng Pilipino, pati na rin sa foreign policy. So it really affects our position and our credibility in the world stage. Yeah. So,
Last na,